Hulu. Disney could be selling Hulu to retain the rights or to get the rights back of um, Hulk and Namor, the film rights, the distribution rights. So um, Marvel Studios is still trying to regain the rights to the Hulk and Namor. They don't have the rights. We That's why we don't have an official Hulk film. That's why they're saying we possibly won't never get a Namor film. Marvel Studios still trying to regain the rights. Once sold the external partners all the way in the past to ensure they wouldn't go bankrupt. So back in the day, Marvel was on the bridge of a big bankruptcy. They, you know what I'm saying? So to offset that, they sold a lot of their properties. That's how we ended up with Blade on New Line, X Men, and Fantastic Four over there at Fox. Ghost Rider, I forgot where Ghost Rider went, but Spider Man over at Sony. It's because they sold all those rights off, sold them off, so they can stay afloat basically, so they wouldn't go bankrupt. You know what I'm saying? Cool to them. Then came along the MCU, which was actually under Paramount at the time, I want to say. It was distributed by Paramount, but until they became a fully operated film studio on their own. And that's why you got the Avengers, because at that point in time back in the day, nobody wanted the Avengers. The Avengers was not popular. They were not sellers. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? If that was the case, they would have sold the Avengers also. But nobody wanted the Avengers. So that's why Marvel came out with Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, stuff like that, because they wasn't top tier comic book characters at the time of the bankruptcy. Nobody really wanted to buy them. So it says here one of the biggest questions always was, will Disney hold on to Hulu? The streaming service did push its overall subscriber numbers, but existed as a direct competitor to their in-house produced streaming service, Disney Plus. They also don't fully own it, with the 67% stake being the only reason they have as much control over the service as they do. Um, so that's a big share. 67. I didn't think they had that much. The share size is a result of their Fox deal that cost them a whopping 71.3 billion dollars. Imagine that. So they bought all the Fox and I remember when they did it back in 2019, 71.3 billion. And from my understanding, companies were bidding on that to push the price up, knowing damn well that they didn't even want it, just to make Disney open up that pocketbook and spend that type of money, man. So they technically have the right to buy out the remaining 33% from Comcast as of January 2024, but there's no definite that they will be obliged to definitely do so. So Blasniak, who is Blasniak? It's a video, but Blasniak believes that perhaps the sale of Hulu gives them some leverage to get their hands back on the distribution rights of Marvel's IP of Hulk and Namor. He says, quote, while Disney owns our Marvel IP, Universal has distribution rights to Hulk and Namor. As such, if Disney makes a Hulk or Namor film, Comcast can distribute the film on Peacock. If Hulu is sold, Disney may use this as an opportunity to secure these distribution rights. Um, it's a bold play. I don't know if that it necessarily works that way, but it's a bold play, man. Hulu is on damn near half. You know what I'm saying? Because Hulu was one of the first streaming services. You had Netflix. It was Netflix and Hulu back in the day. You know what I'm saying? As far as being big or being sought after. So I know it's in half of the American households. Um, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If doing that really gives them the leverage for that. You know what I'm saying? It might be better to just own Hulu outright. If they own Hulu outright, then sell that. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? And maybe that's what this article is talking about. Maybe it's talking about them buying Hulu, the remainder, um, which is 33%. If they buy the remainder 33% from Comcast, then they could split it up and divvy it out, maybe, and sell it to Universal, Paramount, and all these other things like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. They say estimated cost of Hulu is somewhere between, excuse me, 19 to 27.5 billion. Um, so I don't. That's a lot of money, man. Is and the way Disney's been kind of, all these streaming services, all these companies been kind of hemorrhaging money lately. Do they even want to do that? You know what I'm saying? Do they even want to spend that type of money in the first place? I don't know, man. But it says we'll have to see what that means, especially with the rumors of a World War Hulk film. So it is rumors of a World War Hulk film. I don't. If they don't have the distribution rights, I guess they could still make the film, and it'll just be distributed by who owns that? Universal. So I guess it could still be distributed by Universal, and then it would end up on Peacock, kind of like a Spider-Man situation. I don't even. I think why even go there? Because the Spider-Man situation has worked out pretty well for Marvel, even though they don't get the bulk of the money from that. But it does bolster up the MCU. I think you make the same deals that with Universal and Paramount to make these Hulk and Namor movies or whatever you want to do with those characters. Use the same thing that, what I'm saying, the same kind of setup that you did with Spider-Man over there at Sony, so you can keep telling these stories though, because the fans want a real Hulk. The fans like Namor for the most part, so I say give them what they want. Give the fans what they want. Negotiate some kind of deal with Paramount and Universal so you can bring these stories to life. That's just my two cents on it. I'm not an executive. I'm not a producer, so you know what I'm saying. And it ain't my money. It ain't my money, but that's what I say. That's what I say. Do y'all let me know, man? What do y'all think this will be the best way to go about so they can retain the rights of the Hulk and retain the rights of Namor going forward by selling Hulu. Y'all let me know down in the comments down below, and we're gonna keep it moving like this. Next up,